Hey folks, how are you? This is a follow-up to the squidding fishing in Salem Harbor. So after we get kicked out by the harbor master and the Salem Police Department, we found out the rough way that you can't fish there any longer. Even though we've been fishing there for many, many years, but anyways, that's the actual reality of that spot. These are the calamaris that we caught at the spot. And on this video, I'm going to show you how to properly clean the calamaris. First, you have your cutting board set up. I have a paper towel on the bottom to avoid any slipping because you don't want it dancing around on you. First things first, we take and we cut right above the eye. You see, if you put pressure, you're gonna feel the beak, which is what it uses to feed itself. There's the beak. While you're fishing them, you do not want to be near that because that really hurts. It actually takes chunks of flesh right off. So right underneath the eye, we cut, and you just push, press, and there it goes out. So we set this aside. Now the second step, you insert your finger right above where the cartilage is. You could feel it. It is right here. So you insert your finger. I prefer to use my index. It's a lot easier. And you start scraping the tendons that are holding the internal organism and all the stuff that's inside. You do not want to eat any of that. That is, the digestive tract and all that stuff in there. Anyways, we put this aside. Right over here, you remove this two little cartilages, which you could eat. They're very good to eat. So we pull one out, put that over here so I can rinse it, and this one right out. Now, this is trash. I save it and I throw it back in the ocean because number one, it smells very bad in the trash, and number two, you can feed the crabs so they can enjoy something nice. For them, that's a delicacy. Now, next step, you go back in there and you remove the cartilage. There it is. That's what holds the body. Now you have just the body of the squid. Next step is we make a small slice with the knife. Very small. So you don't want to cut it through. Just enough to open it. With the knife, you take it and you scrape that. That goes in there. Now, turn it around and we remove the wings, which the wings are very good to eat. You could fry them, you could use them in soups. I personally stir fry them and make a soup with them. So there we go, we're removing the skin. Sometimes Japanese barbecue leaves the skin, and I've seen also a couple of Spanish recipes from Spain. They leave the skin on, and it actually protects the flesh, and they eat it also. It's no harm to you. It's like eating, the skin on a macro is not going to kill you. Anyhow, here we have our squid body. That goes in there. Now, I'm going to show you how to clean the tentacles. Well, first, that's a lot of, so if you're frying them, just remove that, because that'll explode. When you fry it, you'll have, oil bursting all over the place, and that is not fun. Next step, you put your cold water, not too crazy, just that speed's fine, and you take your thumb and your index, and you just use your index behind it, and you just scrape off the suction cups. There we go. In the background, you're hearing my lovely wife watching her Spanish novellas.
Hi, viewers.
All right, enough of the novellas. Come over here. Let's show people how to clean a calamari, which is what we're doing. You see, nice and clean. Most of the little vacuum suction rings are off. This is how they grab onto things. This is how usually you grab them with the jigs that I showed in the previous videos while we were catching them. Now you rinse that with water. And put it aside. And you rinse this too. Get rid of that nasty schmagma. There we go. There we have squid now. For frying purposes, if you're gonna fry them, just with a knife make very little slices on the bias, very gentle. What they'll do is it'll help the heat distribute better, and it would not curl up on you. It actually gives it a nice little curl and a nice little texture, and it makes it more tender. It's an Asian technique. If you go to an Asian restaurant and you order seafood soup at a Vietnamese restaurant, or even Chinese food, you will see this little rings with, a lot of little squiggles and patterns. Yes, that's this right here. This, and then you just cut it about 3/4 of an inch. I would say over 1/2 an inch. And then cut it right in the middle, and that's a good size for frying right there. There we go. Nice uniform sizes for frying. Alright. I'm coming with the second video and showed you how to fry these puppies. Thank you. Keep it rocking. Calamari time.